true friends and family screening, the first of the restored film here in Jamaica. Back at 10 West King's House Road. I know that this place holds a lot of memories for a lot of people. It's a very special oasis in the middle of our capital city. Kingston, the creative capital of the Caribbean, right, Minister? Absolutely. Nowhere else has that title or designation. No Place Like Home was started long ago, very soon after the How Did They Come. Perry didn't think How Did They Come was experimental enough, so he had to push the envelope even further. And so he decided No Place Like Home was going to be even more authentic than How Did They Come was. It was a very hard road to travel. The film had many, many shoots. It relied on the kindness of family and friends to get it as far as it did. A lot of you know who you are and you're sitting here tonight, and that makes our heart very, very full. Some, sadly, are no longer with us. They are watching from above, and they all made their contribution, and I know that they also are very happy tonight to be with us. I want to show you just a little bit of what we're talking about when we say that this film was a labor of love. It required tremendous restoration, and that restoration was undertaken by an amazing man called David Goronzik, who unfortunately not with us tonight. He's in Los Angeles, but I'd like us to give him a round of applause. David worked tirelessly for many, many years to restore this film, and he begged and borrowed from all his friends in Los Angeles. And I just want to step aside and give you a little snippet of what we're talking about when we show you how the footage had to be restored. Their love for Perry and their love for this project is unparalleled, and the family cannot be more grateful for all the work that they have done. Like I said, there are people who have gone before, and I know that they're looking down, and they are very eminent Jamaican actor. I think he's been in almost every film. You would agree that his performance in No Place Like Home is flawless. Yes. Flawless. Thank you, Carl. We're going to ask Professor Carolyn Cooper to come up and moderate a Q&A. Professor, thank you very much. I'm going to give you a minute. I'm going to ask Arthur Gorson to come on stage. Arthur, who is one of the magicians behind the magic of No Place Like Home. Sorry, Freudian slip there. And Sally Hensel. Sally Hensel. I'm not sure where she is. We're going to get some lights on in the meanwhile. Arthur, please have a seat. I want you guys to recognize that conversation about the three boom that happened before 9/11. Think about the prophecy that was foretold in that room many, many decades before 9/11. All you need is three boom. Wall Street, Hollywood, White House. What left? That was not scripted. That was just prophecy. So I want you to think about that. As we get the lights up, as we get Sally on stage, not really happy. But we lost someone yesterday. The film community lost somebody yesterday who worked on The Harder They Come. That was Franklin Chappie St. Just. And Chappie was a great, great film family member. And I just wanted to give a special shout out to him, wherever he is. He and Perry are up there, directing, lighting the sky. And after the film, you will hear some more from Sally, from Arthur. But right now, I just want you to sit back, relax, enjoy our courtyard. We're so happy that you're all here with us. And we'll talk to you after the film. Thank you.
Yes, then creative talent. And
in 1973, I did a photo story for Rolling Stone called The Wild Side of Paradise. And we came down, and The Harder They Come had opened, and we're starting to get ripples across the United States. And Bob Marley was about to launch on tour, and I went into Trenchtown and I photographed Bob. And then I met Perry. Well, I didn't just go into Trenchtown. I met the great Dickie Johnson and the great Chris Blackwell. And Dickie led me into Trenchtown and then left me alone. White man with a camera, with Bob and everybody else, which is his want. Perry, I then met here at 10A, and I met Sally and photographed them. And then Perry took me around to show me his plans for his next film, which was going to be No Place Like Home. And I photographed Countryman. I got back, I gave the pictures to the photo editor of Rolling Stone. They looked at them. They put Countryman full blown on the cover of Rolling Stone. And a little picture of Bob, because they thought he'd be the bigger star. At that moment, Perry came and saw my pictures and thought I had captured his vision. I said, no, you pointed it at me. And we became friends at that point, and I stayed involved with his projects and No Place Like Home until the point where we could be effective in the restoration and helping to get the sync rights so the film could actually be released. And I'm forever, ever blessed to have made those acquaintances and changed my life.
do you want to just talk a little bit about the restoration process?
Well, the restoration process was twofold. There was a release of the film that was shown at the Toronto Film Festival before Perry passed. And it was sort of a rough cut, and it was rough, and it couldn't be released because there were no rights to the music. Perry passed away, unfortunately, the day before it was shown at the Flashpoint Film Festival in Brill, so he never got to see it in Jamaica. We continued on, and I started working closely with David Duranzik, who is a mastermind of calling in favors. He runs a screening room for Big Club Productions, and he managed to get people to do amazing things, as you saw in the first little piece. And slowly the restoration came about. And then at some point, we were going to do a crowdfunding to raise money for the sync rights. And we started, I suggested, well, let's do a little clip. And we started putting together a little clip. And then the little clip grew. And then we found outtakes of Perry directing. And then it became a documentary called The Filmmaker's Odyssey. And it played at festivals. For some of the owners of the sync rights, like Neil Diamond's wife and Carly Simon, we showed them the film. It broke their heart. They gave us the rights for $1,000 rather than $10,000. And it's a miracle. And let me say, this place is a miracle. Big up to the Hensel family for making this happen. What about that?
Absolutely.
This place is a miracle.
So let's open up to the audience. Come. Bad man, But Carl, you end up being a bad man in practically every movie you play. You know that happens.
Yeah, but your hero never died. Because here he is.
You end up being a bad
Right?
man. Have a seat, man. Be part of the conversation.
Now, this is a grand gathering in regards to films because this gathering is a part of the film industry. Now, Jamaica has a rich history going back, way back, from the 50s. 007 was a polar horse at Maxwell Boulevard, Maxwell Park. That's where the first racetrack was. We had horses like Bull Bomber, Jolly Fire, and all those. All the James Bond series was written at GoldenEye. And also, GoldenEye was a lookout point for Charles Mountbatten. That's why we're speaking English now. Because he could Morse code back to England and tell him that the German U-boats are coming. But to cut the long story short, we can use this gathering to really enhance the film industry to a higher level. Because what is happening now, there's more media. There's more media than contents. And once we have good contents to put out, anything from 5 minutes to 100 minutes, there is outlet for that. So we should take a grander look at the future of film and the other industry. Now, 1% control 90% of the wealth. We control 90% of the influence. We influence the world. Print media, advertisements, all those. So we have a valuable role to play in the advance of the human society. Because if you look at where the world is going now, we're going down in the bottomless pit. And why we're called man, the word man means to manage. Now there's 3 components to manage. You can mismanage, you can mash up, or you can manage. Now let us join together and make love shine and let us manage. And if we use Jamaica to manage, then the world will follow. There's only 2 countries in the world that has 2 governments, Italy and Jamaica. We're the balanced power of Italy. The Maroons have a separate government and the Pope has a separate government. So we have a bright future to influence the world with culture, discipline, and righteous order. Thanks.
All right, Carl. But I think we need some home management as well. You see, I think if the man them mash up the things and if they would make the woman them run things and things will run much better. The true ladies. And even the men will agree.
The greatest thing in man's life is harmony, the key to life. So why do wrong when there is right? Let us join as one love shine. There's no male or female, there's a human person. There's 4 fish at one creation. Fish of the bird, fish of the fish, fish of the beast, and the fish of the human. We are one blood, one family. No black, no white, no uptown, no downtown.
Man and woman still. Alright, Carl, we have to agree to it. Nobody take this up and let me down, no. Alright, just because I defend the woman there. Alright, can I have some comments now? Matt, you want to say something, Sally?
Yes.
Good.
Arena, very strong.
Yes, Justine, powerful woman. Where are you, Justine? Big up your status. Justine is so powerful.
So, we have set this place up, Justine has set this place up. So right here on this screen, on every Wednesday night from now on, we will have independent movies. And that's what I want to add, that we brought back 10A as Perry would want it. He said, we were never allowed to sell out a skyscraper or any stupid thing like that. And, it's just the start with the dispensary up there, the bar to be, the restaurant to come, the pop-up restaurant, and our open air cinema every Wednesday night. How about that?
Brilliant.
Wonderful.
open-air cinema is being projected on a professional, prestige, high-end projector. That didn't just... Our friend David Goranczyk, again, is a hand in making this happen. David runs a screening room for Dick Clark Productions in Los Angeles, and we managed to trade screening room time for restoration, for mixing time. And at some point, a year and a half ago, they upgraded to a higher-end 4K prestige projector. The projector they had was pretty fabulous. David had boxes built, anvil cases built, and arranged for it to be shipped down, so it ends up here at 10A, a professional movie theater projector.
Excellent.
And it's pretty enough.
David did that for us, right? I mean, David has given up his life as far as I'm concerned from 2004 until this day to get this film on the screen, and I and my family have no words to express our gratitude to that. You will meet him one day.
It's a power of Jamaican culture, you know. And once people catch the vision, they will support us because they understand that Jamaica is really a cultural
the reason that David came down in the first place because he was his projectionist in LA and he'd seen every film 10 times and his favorite was A Holiday Come. And he came to meet Perry and it was just at that time the film was found and he worked on it.
Serendipity. One of the things that I really find engaging about this movie is the critique of tourism that it offers. Conventional tourism, big hotel tourism, the way in which the tourist industry sometimes manages to exploit the masses of the people, and the industry is really set up for a small elite to control all of the benefits, you know. And you get just little jabs throughout the movie if you're paying attention, where, you know, Hensel, you know, Perry is saying this is not how it should be, and he's suggesting other ways in which we could incorporate everybody into the benefits of the industry. And that is why the character that Carl plays is so troubling, because, you know, he represents himself as defending the interests of the poor, and then he ends up being the manager of the hotel, which is such a true story, you know, for what we often see as the pitfalls of development, because the people who are supposed to be representing us, particularly politicians, they don't represent our interests at all. But I'm sure there are other people who want to comment on the film.
Comment on that.
Yes.
And what you just said, because there's a right way and there's a wrong way. Again, big praise to the Hensel family, because Jake's in Treasure Beach and the whole development in Treasure Beach is an example of the proper development which involves community.
Able to see it. What I do want to say is how much I loved it. The film is made, to me the film is like a documentary. Perry shot so much reality that really showed what Negril was like when Negril started. And it's a real memento, it's a bit of history, this film, and it's lovable for that reason. I love it. I love the technique, I love how there were pauses that stretched out nice things like rain falling, that really gave you a chance to think about what just happened and what was said, and prepared you to go forward. And of course the music just, you know, singing along. It's what made the holiday come great, that soundtrack. So I'm only speaking because I have to say something tonight. This is history. Thank you very much for this.
Thank you, Barbara.